versus Guatemala. It is a beautiful evening here in Guatemala City, Guatemala. Your weather conditions, a balmy 76 degrees, 25-mile-per-hour winds, and 0% chance of rain. How about that? Let's keep our fingers crossed that it stays dry here tonight. I am Jamie Watson, honored and thrilled to be here. Let's take a look at our Group C standings. Haiti, who won earlier 4-0 victory over Antigua and Barbuda. They sit atop the table, 6 points. Guatemala still can tie them with a victory here tonight, sit in second place with 3 points. And, of course, Grenada looking to get any points. They do have 1 goal scored by Kogan Dowden Jr., so they are on the board in that regard. Just waiting for the traditional procession. I love the pomp and circumstance of it. What an honor to play for your country, put on your national team kit. The anthem for Grenada is entitled Hail Grenada. When you hear, you'll soon see them singing their anthem. And for Guatemala is Himno Nacional de Guatemala. The national motto for Guatemala, Land of Eternal Spring. And it is beautiful here year-round, and that is how they get that motto. Their nickname, La Azul y Blanco, the white and blues, the national motto for Grenada. Ever conscious of God, we aspire, build
para escuchar el himno nacional de Granada, seguido por el himno nacional de Guatemala.
a big vamos, letting out some of that energy. I'm sure there's excitement and nerves aflutter under those national team kits on both sides. Important to shake hands. I always like to point it out. Sportsmanship and abiding by the spirit and the letter of the law of the beautiful game is what makes it special. Our officials will meet in a moment. Their charge is to keep the players safe. Number one priority is player safety, and that they shall do. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups for head coach Jake Rennie and Grenada. In goal, it is Keldon Francis in the number 1 jersey. The 16-year-old plays for Paradise FC International. Your captain is number 20, Casimir Joseph Jones. And keep your eye on number 18. Up top, Kogan Dowden Jr. scored the only goal in the last game for Grenada. The 15-year-old plays for Long Island Soccer Club. Let's meet your match officials while they exchange flags. Pablo Camacho from Costa Rica. Danny Soho, also from Costa Rica. Kemar Gale from Jamaica. And Amari Majors from Bermuda. Thank you, gentlemen, for your service.
Damas y caballeros, los árbitros para esta noche son los siguientes: Pablo Camacho de Costa Rica, Danny Soho de Costa Rica.
And our starting lineups for head coach William Coito from Guatemala. In goal, number 1, Ethan Rupert. The 17-year-old plays for Orlando City SC. Your captain, number 15, Julio Sandoval, playing in the midfield. And keep your eye on number 10, Patrick Arana. He scored in the last game for Guatemala. He scored one of the 2 goals in a 2-0 win over Antigua and Barbuda. If they get the 3 points here tonight, they will be tied with Group C leader and number 7 ranked Haiti. Got to be some excitement for the team in white. They are at home. All the friends and family that they have are here in Guatemala City, the community hub, the football stadium, to enjoy some football Saturday night under the lights. And what's at stake, you say? Well, a ticket to the World Cup. 8 group winners will advance from 33 Concacaf nations this week, spread across 6 countries as host nations. We'll give a shout out to them later on in the broadcast. And we are afoot in Guatemala City. Grenada in the all-green kits. Guatemala in the all-whites, moving right to left on your screen. Round robin play for all of the groups. Play each opponent once. So that means 3 matches for everybody in Group C. This is match day 2. This is, by the way, the first meeting between these 2 teams, Guatemala and Grenada. Guatemala has a population of 18 million people. I can see why. The weather here is gorgeous year-round. And the population of Grenada, 117,000. So quite the disparity there. But again, all the stats go out the window. Anything can happen Saturday night under the lights. That is Jorge Castellanos in the 14 jersey on this near side. And all the way to the far side now as Guatemala works their way into the attacking third. And a bit of a collision there at midfield between number 18, that's Kogan Dowden Jr., the 15-year-old. Yeah, sort of kicked him in the shins, and certainly was a foul. Free kick coming up for Guatemala. That's number 10. That is Patik Arana. And that sails over everyone's head. Goal kick for Grenada. If you're just joining us, Haiti took on Antigua and Barbuda earlier at 6 p.m. Eastern, and they beat Antigua and Barbuda 4-0. And that comes on the heels of a 5-1 victory over Grenada. So 9 total goals for Haiti. So Guatemala with just 2 goals to their stead. As we look at the head coaches from both sides for Grenada, that's Jake Rennie. And that is William Coito. And the first corner kick goes to Guatemala. Cross, trying to punch it, and it's in! Guatemala! They lead 1-0 in the 4th minute. A dream start for Guatemala. And credit that goal to number 7, Matthias Micheo. Beautiful ball right across the far post, and a one-time touch, he was ready. That's what I call good preparation. First time touch in the back of the net, Matthias Micheo. And we talk about big 5 moment goals all the time, and there's yet another one. First 5 and last 5 of each half, many goals are scored. You really have to turn your focus up defensively. There is no rhyme or reason to it. There are 4 in a game, and right off the top, Guatemala gets a goal in a big 5 moment. Here's Otis Jones to the near side to Vishawn Edwards, and he's a little heavy on that touch over the byline. Goal kick for Guatemala. Good look at number 1, Ethan Rupert. Goalkeeper, 17-year-old, plays for Orlando City SC. And there's another over-the-top ball, trying to penetrate that back line of Grenada. Another foul as Patik Arana goes down hard. Number 6, Keon Charles, gets a talking to from our lead official, Pablo Camacho, and that'll be a good position, I'd say 28, 30 yards out for Guatemala. And I would suspect this is a green light to go on goal. We shall see. It's the 10 jersey over the ball. Patik Arana, 16-year-old, plays for Academy du CF Montreal. Yeah, as suspected, and that one sails high over the crossbar. It's Caleb Sandy for Grenada. And that throw in will go to Guatemala. Leandro Rivas to take the throw. Back to Rivas. To Arana. All the way over to the far side. Here comes a cross into the middle, and Arana was moving onto it. But wide right on the shot, but good communication, good movement from La Azul y Blanco. That is Troy Paniel with the cross into the box from the right flank, and didn't miss by much. Of course, Guatemala had to travel all of 0 miles to get here, whereas Grenada traveled 470 miles to participate and compete this week. I'm sure it was an easy 470, as everybody's thrilled with the opportunity to go to the World Cup, which will take place in November in Qatar. They hosted last year, and they will host for the next 4. And the under-17s are held every year. And a corner kick is given. A little dicey there on the byline. And once again, they'll show short. 14 and 16, Castellanos and Perez. And Castellanos moves away. Right-footed in-swinger to the top of the 6. And that just gets over the byline for a goal kick. Cannot deny the advantage of the hometown crowd and the energy that it brings to Guatemala. It has been a marvelous week so far. Still plenty of days to go. 33 nations competing this week. So exciting. The 8 teams that punched their ticket last year: Mexico, USA, Canada, Panama, Honduras, Costa Rica, as Guatemala charging towards the top of the 18, the left-hand side, now inside the penalty area, and that cross just a little too far ahead. But Guatemala still keeps it in on that far side and in possession to round out the last 2 spots. 7 and 8 go to Haiti and El Salvador, were the 8 teams that went to the World Cup. There's a shot, nice save. Good punch, and another shot blocked by Grenada. And Guatemala is knocking on the door again. And here comes number 7, Vishan Edwards. And that is the big man, Kogan Dowden Jr., who goes down. But there's a shot to that far post. Big save. And I think that's a foul. So, no, corner kick. The first for Grenada. And it's number 11 to take it, Jaheim Fletcher. Throw in for Grenada. That didn't find its target. Caleb Sandy to take the throw. Plays for Happy Hill FC. Savrana, long ball, changing the point of attack to the far side. About 30 yards out, charging down the right flank now, and here comes a cross. Around the D, but Grenada is on it. Dispossessed. And the second foul is called. And a yellow card is given. I believe that's number 17, Adam Purcell. Nope, I'm wrong. It's number 7, Vishawn Edwards. And that is a late tackle right here on number 16, Joshua Perez. So Guatemala from about 20 yards out will have a really nice opportunity to, oh, it was in the goal, forgive me, PK. My goodness, I thought that occurred outside the box. But it's Arana to take the PK to double the lead for Guatemala. And Arana misses. Skies it over the crossbar. And you just got to move on from that. Hard to do at home. But I have a feeling Arana will make up for it. He has been everywhere tonight. Just gets his toe right under it, and it skies over the crossbar. Just looks like he mishit it as well. He will learn from that, no doubt. Throw in for Grenada as number 5, Marcos Aranjo, 16-year-old for Guatemala, has been active on that back line. Here's Edwards. There's a right-footed blast, wide right, but a good take. Early in this one, 16th minute, and Guatemala really has dominated, I'd say, well, I was going to say 60-40, but it's 68-32. Grenada not without chances, but it's really been mostly in the hands of Guatemala. They had a 4th-minute goal, if you're just joining us. Matias Micheo was sitting on the back post of a cross. One timed it just inside the near post. He was ready. Now down the left flank and right into the arms of goalkeeper Keldon Francis, the 16-year-old netminder for the Spice Boys. Another good seam pass in to the penalty area and a cross going for the diving header, but cleared fortunately by Grenada. There's Joshua Perez putting that ball right into danger at the top of the 6. And the 3rd corner kick of the match coming up for Guatemala. And this time, it'll be the left foot of Jorge Castellanos. 16-year-old plays for Woodstock Academy. Left-footed in-swinger, arcing over the crossbar. Once again, there's your goal scorer, number 7, Matias Michejo, looking for the brace. Flag stays down for the moment. Yeah, head coach William Coito, like what? It looked off to me as well, but no matter, throw in for Grenada. Caleb Sandy to take it. Guatemala has played in 8 of these matches on match day 2. They are 2-1-4 in those matches. 2 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. And it's Edwards in a foot race. Good slide tackle defensively from number 2, Leandro Rivas. 16-year-old plays for Charlotte FC. Nineteenth minute, long throw in coming. And Arana once more on the turf. And a good foul call there on number 6, Keon Charles. '20th minute, 1-0 lead for Guatemala. Here in Guatemala City. One of 6 host nations. Another clearance from Grenada. Good combination play from Guatemala. And there's a right-footed shot that'll sail over the crossbar from distance. Number 20, Troy Peniel. There is your goal scoring summary. It was Matias Michejo in the 4th minute that gave Guatemala the 1-0 lead. Things have settled down a bit. Another ball deflected into the arms of goalkeeper Francis. The other host nations, in case you're wondering, I want to say thank you to Honduras, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago, and Costa Rica. All hosting groups A through H, 33 teams. To determine the under-17 teams that will go to Qatar in November to compete for the World Cup. Portugal won their first title last year. They defeated Austria, in case you're wondering. A lot of European teams, of course, represented. There will be 48 teams again this year. 8 from Concacaf. And we'll do it again. Another corner kick, the 4th of this first half, as Guatemala continues to press forward. Multiple touches in the attacking third. Dominating possession as well. The top 3 teams in CONCACAF advanced out of the group stage play. USA did the best. They won 3 matches. Canada, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Mexico had a win and 2 losses. So good showing from CONCACAF nations. Left-footed in-swinger off the near post, but and then a shot over the crossbar. And the near post runner, I should say, and that failed to find its target, but the rebound over the crossbar. That shot by Marcos Arango. There's a terrible turnover in the defensive third, but unable to capitalize on it is Guatemala. Guatemala doing such a good job of high pressuring and dispossessing in the attacking third. There's a shot and a save by Francis. Ball still lingering around the box, and that's a goal! And that looks like number 10, redemption for Patik Arana. Look, he's asking forgiveness for missing that PK. 24th minute. Guatemala leads 2-0. I tell you, he didn't miss that. Sure as sure can be. Patik Arana raises his hand, says, "I'm open." And then with the instep, the accuracy puts it in the back of the net on frame. Patik Arana. See how Grenada responds. As Otis Jones looking for a runner in the box. And that, I think that was a shot from Adam Purcell, and that goes over the byline. Goal kick. Quick restart from Rupert, the goalkeeper from Guatemala. Referee thought that was a bit of a dive, so play on. And Grenada with a little bit of a counter, but pushed off the ball. Coogan Dowden Jr. He's asking for some help from his teammates. Scored the only goal against Haiti for Grenada. It was a 5-1 victory for Les Grenadiers. Another team goal, how about it? Guatemala leads 3-0. This time, Joshua Perez. They make it look so easy, don't they? When team goals, the seam pass from Taylor Santiago out to the flank, and then the one-touch shot by Joshua Perez. Gorgeous finish. That's how you beat goalkeepers, folks. One touch. Instep provides the greatest accuracy. On frame, 3-0. A great service from the right flank from his teammate. And that's how you set it up. Then finish. And assistant referee called a foul on Grenada. And that's Troy Paniel, who had the assist on that goal, by the way. Joshua Perez goal in the 27th minute. Guatemala starting to sack up the points. And they have some goals to be scoring to catch up to Haiti. All right, left-footed in-swinger from the far touchline. Towards the far post, a little bit of a push, but header is wide left. '30th minute, once again, first time these two teams have met. And that'll be a goal kick for Guatemala. Haiti has 9 goals for, and right now Guatemala has 5 goals for. So they are looking to obviously put a bunch more in the back of the net if they can. You can go to Concacaf.com to find out all the teams and how they're doing and all the groups A through H. What's happening here are those 3 goals, all in the first half. The 4th minute, 24th, and 27th by 3 different goal scorers. Always a good sign as the offside flag is up. Indirect free kick coming up for Grenada. Love those kits from the Spice Boys. Looking sharp. Especially that one. Goalkeepers always get the best kits. And there it is, 14 shots to 2. Possession about 65-35, and here comes Guatemala once more. Cutting to the left foot and just over the bar. Looked like it was trying to go upper 90 on the left-hand side. Perez looking for a brace. Boy, he gave himself a great opportunity, didn't he? I mean, he looked like he was right in the center of the goal. He could have gone left or right. Plenty of options when you're in that location. Advantage, play on. It's Perez. This referee, Pablo Camacho. from Costa Rica. It smells a least bit of a falling down when you could have stayed on your feet. He's gonna say, get on up, get back up. It's 2 in the back for Guatemala now. They are getting numbers forward. And that numerical advantage is exactly what you want to do to create opportunities in the attacking third. Good look at Keldrin Francis, Grenada goalkeeper. Too much pace on that far post cross. Another turnover. Good step by Guatemala. And a good clearance, just simply to flip the field for Grenada. In Group A, Mexico is grouped with Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Martin, and Sint Martin. In Group B, 4 teams: Panama, Nicaragua, Anguilla, and Dominica. Of course, right here in Group C, you know who that is: Haiti, Guatemala, Antigua, and Barbuda. Group D, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, British Virgin Islands, and Turks and Caicos. The United States is in Group E with the Dominican Republic, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Group F is El Salvador, Curacao, Cuba, and Belize. Group G, catch them tomorrow. I'll be calling those games: Canada, Jamaica. And well played by the goalkeeper, Francis. Aruba and the Cayman Islands round out that Group G. And lastly, in Group H, Honduras, Bermuda, Guyana, Suriname. 33 in total. Only 8 will advance. Pablo Camacho having words with number 7. He's already got a yellow card, so, I mean, that would just be disastrous if Grenada had to play with 10. That's the problem, youngsters, with getting yellow cards. You have to change the way you play so as not to put your team at a disadvantage because of your undisciplined play. Again, just look at the relentless pressure from Guatemala. They just high pressuring in the attacking third. They get that turnover. No foul. 2 players going shoulder to shoulder. I don't mind that no call. Dowden Jr. Well defended by Guatemala. There's number 2, Leandro Rivas, to throw it in for Guatemala. Guatemala with the majority of possession means they're in charge, in control, and Grenada has been chasing a lot, and that will tire you quickly. Into the box they go. Guatemala. And here comes a cross into danger, far post. Offside is the call on Guatemala. This is just the second time Grenada has faced a Central American team in this tournament. They lost 8-0 to Panama last year on match day 2. And Guatemala once again in the penalty area and just sailed right over the head of his teammate. The top of the 6. 39th minute and a clearance from Grenada. There's a right-footed shot, wide right. Create too much danger. 2 goals for Patik Arana in this tournament. Got his 2nd goal in the 24th minute tonight. And he's looking for more. Good pop from number 7, Mateus Michio. He's also was looking for a brace as he scored in the 4th minute. Good power shot here. But so many balls sailing over the crossbar. Must train yourself to be compact over the football if you want to strike on frame. Obviously, if it's not on frame, it doesn't have a chance to go in. So do the training. Get yourself compact over the football, chest over the ball, and you'll end up with a whole lot more goals than balls sailing over the crossbar. Castellanos to Perez. Lovely spin move on the byline. He'll take a shot. Saved by Francis. And Dowden just needs a little more help up top from Grenada. Sometimes when you're defending a lot, you tend to be on your heels. And Grenada's been doing a lot of defending in this first half. There's your goal scoring summary as we enter the second Big Five of 4, the last 5 minutes of this first half. A little too heavy on that touch goal kick for Grenada. It's a silly error there. Maybe fatigue, you don't know. I mean, every team in this group will play 3 games during this championship, or I should say during these qualifiers. So, and this is match day 2. And Guatemala is shaping up to play Haiti. A long way to go in this one, but if these results were to hold, that'll be a match to watch in Group C. Again, all the group winners advance. Unable to keep that in. Another goal kick. Second minute, Grenada trying to build out of the back briefly. Once again, he's talking to Edwards. He's look, you got a yellow card. You really wanna test me? You wanna shove that guy in the back for no reason at all? You do it again, and you're getting another yellow. And 2 yellows equals a red, and that lack of discipline would really hurt his team. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe he doesn't come back out for the second half. A lot of coaches will do that, sub the carded player. Good turn by Keon Charles. Again, another turnover in that middle of the park for Guatemala. Tackle by Caleb Sandy. You know, the math is simple. You know, the more shots, more possession. Doesn't always equate to victory, but more often than not. Castellanos. Perez lost sight of it. .44th minute, so about a minute and some stoppage time change. Will complete a pretty dominant first 45 by Guatemala. There's a right-footed shot, way over the crossbar. There's Pablo Camacho doing a good job tonight in the center. Our official from Costa Rica. Another turnover. And there it is, 3 additional minutes in this first 45. Another shot wide left. All 3 of Guatemala's goals were, I want to say, 12 yards and in, and you know, one-time shots. Here's another turnover, terrible turnover, a shot right at the goalkeeper. Matthias Micheo. Just to a little bit to the left or the right, and that's his second goal. There's Ethan Rupert getting a touch. Hasn't touched the ball very many times for Guatemala in this first half. Again, Guatemala 14th in the Concacaf rankings. Grenada 34. The crowd starting to get some percussion going. The home side very happy with this 3-goal lead in the first 45. These young men have put on a show. Still looking for more. There's another block shot. And Edwards looking for some help. It was 1v3, and look, he doesn't get that call, and sometimes I think you don't get calls when you behave badly on the pitch. Always respect the officiating. Younger players watching will serve you to do so. Lovely trap. It's Perez. Shot blocked. Ball still in play. Matthias on the byline, still with it, and deflected over the byline. Corner kick. Nope. I am wrong yet again. It is a goal kick. Just a few seconds remaining in extra time here in Guatemala City. And there is your first half whistle. Guatemala leads 3-0 over Grenada. Your goal scoring summary, it was the 4th minute, Matthias Micheo, 24th minute, Arana, and Perez in the 27th minute. All Guatemala in this first 45. Stay with us. When we come back, we will have your first half highlights. We'll show you all the goals and some statistics. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to your first half highlights and statistics we'll show you shortly. This is the walkout, the procession, the pomp, the circumstance. I love it. The starting 11 photos. Give it to me all day long. What a day. They'll never forget, I'm sure of it. First half underway, and Guatemala was busy early. In the 4th minute, watch this one ball fall right at the feet of number 7, Matthias Micheo. And in the 4th minute, Guatemala takes a 1-0 lead. Joshua Perez with the cross. And the finish, Micheo. Goal number 2. Oh, I'm sorry, that was the Arana who was making that gorgeous run, trying to get his instep on it, but it did go wide right. But really just shows you that Guatemala was running high on all cylinders. And here's a right-footed shot. Great save by Keldron Francis of Grenada. And that foul, indeed, the first foul was in the penalty area, and it is a PK, and Arana doesn't hit it correctly. It goes on the outside of his foot, and he will make up for it later. But another save, a whole lot of shots for Guatemala, and there is a finish. Number 10, Patik Arana, he makes up for that miss. Stays in position and slots it home with the instep of his right foot in the 24th minute. Guatemala leads 2-0. And here comes Perez with the beautiful run. Count it. Perez puts it away. Number 16, Joshua Perez in the 27th minute. And Guatemala leads 3-0. Beautiful team goal. That's how you do it. Guatemala, really impressive. We'll see how many shots. I think it's probably in the 20s or just about against Grenada. A whole bunch of saves from Keldon Francis, and that's how the first half ended. Guatemala 3-0 over Grenada after the first 45. Let's take a look at the halftime statistics. 22 shots. Okay, quite a bit shy of 30, but that if they duplicate that in the second half, that sure is a lot. They have dominated. Look at the possession, 67-33. 4 corner kicks to just 1 for Grenada. Stay with us. When we come back, we will have your second half kick, so please don't go anywhere. You're watching Concacaf's Under-17 Qualifiers.
Just about ready to go. There is the whistle. It's all the way through, and there's the finish. We are underway. Concacaf Under-17 Qualifiers.
And welcome back. We're just about ready to get underway for this second half. Jamie Watson here, honored and thrilled to be here to call this one. Grenada versus Guatemala. Guatemala with a 3-0 lead after halftime. And we're going to bring on some subs. Let's shout them out. Number 19 for Grenada, Jarrell Charles. Number 11 for Guatemala. And number 8, number 11 is Jorge de Leon. Number 8 is Andonai Jimenez. So 2 subs for Guatemala and 1 for Grenada. Nice little crowd on hand Saturday night under the lights here in Guatemala City. The home team in the all whites about to kick off. And the second half commences. Guatemala with the ball. In the all whites moving left to right. They have a 3-0 lead here in Group C. Haiti sits atop the table with 2 wins and 6 points. And Guatemala looking for 3 points to tie them. Haiti has 9 goals for. Guatemala currently 5 goals for, but they still have 45 minutes to do some damage, and maybe Grenada, as Arana has been taken off. Grenada can get back into this one. Plenty of time, get 1, then get 2. There is Jimenez, plays for Comunicaciones Football Club in his club ball. And those are your players on the pitch currently at the bottom of your screen. Marcos Aranjo in the 5 jersey for Guatemala cuts to the middle of the park and dispossessed, but the ball falls right into the arms on the feet. Guatemala takes a 4-0 lead and another Big 5 moment goal. Oh, that just fell perfectly at the feet of number 11. Jorge de Leon just checked into the game. Welcome, Jorge. You know, it's one thing to be in position, but look at this finish. That is perfection. That ball's on frame, has a chance to go in, and it does. Great strike from Jorge de Leon. Well, they scored in the 4th minute, beginning of the first half. They score here, the beginning of the second half. Dream start again for La Azul y Blanco. That is Taylor Santiago in the 18 jersey. He's going to go ahead and cross one to the penalty area, penalty spot. But it is cleared by Grenada. He's got a teammate, but the pass just a little too far ahead. And Ethan Rupert, Guatemala goalkeeper, no problemo. That is Anthony Martir in the 3 jersey. You haven't called out his name. He's playing on that back line for Guatemala. Haven't had too many touches back there. It's been all attack mode for Guatemala. And some poor clearances by Grenada. Here comes another cross, headed and then deflected to the goalkeeper. And a penalty, I believe, is given, except did the offside occur before? Yeah, I believe that's the case. I feel like the referee pointed to the spot, but I believe the offside occurred first. Let's shout out this second sub, number 5, Joshua Telesford. The 16-year-old plays for Just Sports Karanag FC. He will sub in for number 4, Tehran Andrew. Checks out. 16-year-old plays for St. Andrews Football League. It's always exciting for rotational players to enter the game. And the home crowd getting pumped up here on a Saturday night under the lights. Guatemala now with a 4-0 lead. That's 6 goals for after a 2-0 victory over Antigua and Barbuda. Now, as of now, Guatemala has not conceded. So 2 more goals would tie them in goal differential of 8. We'll see how it plays out, but they know what they need to do, and still a match to play. Guatemala and Haiti. Number 7 against number 14. Haiti's number 7. And that was an error for sure, giving up a corner kick there. The first of the second half for Guatemala. You just don't want to give up free kicks like that. That's your captain, number 20, Casimir Joseph Jones. He plays for Queens Park Rangers. There's a right-footed shot blocked. And another left-footed shot, another kick save by the keeper, Francis, as Guatemala continues to pound shots. 22 shots in the first half for Guatemala, and they are coming out hot in this second half. Rango to Paniel. Paniel with a cross headed right up the middle. Not where you want to go, but maybe not a lot of options there. High and wide is the rule on defensive clearances. There's Paniel once more. Orango. Daniel. Back to Martyr. Now to the far side. There's Edwards. Makes a nice steal. Fortunately, that went over the touchline. Throw in for Guatemala around midfield. Castellanos. Martyr. Telesford just blast that over the touchline. Good idea, just reset your defense. Wasn't quite sure if he could pick that up, the goalkeeper, as Kogan Dowden's punching at his left calf, maybe cramping a little bit. And a direct free kick given to Guatemala. And a talking to number 6. Keon Charles on the hard foul. No card given, but pretty far away from the ball. And we're gonna have another substitute. That's Anthony Williams, who's gonna check in for Adam Purcell. Purcell, the 16-year-old, plays for Christian Strikers FC. His day is done. Anthony Williams, 16-year-old, plays for Paradise FC International. And it does look like Edwards, Vishawn Edwards, is coming off as well. I thought that might be the case. He has a yellow card. Entering number 16, forward, Caleb James, plays for St. John's FC. Here comes a left-footed strike. Count it! Guatemala 5, Grenada 0. Brilliant left-footed free kick strike from number 14, Jorge Castellanos. I mean, that is perfection, folks. Left-footed curling into the upper 90. Five different goal scorers. For Guatemala. And that just might be the prettiest of them all. Takes a lot of skill to find that upper 90 on a bending ball like that. Takes a lot of practice. So 2 second-half goals for Guatemala, 47th minute and the 58th minute. 3 in the first half for a total of 5. They now have 7 goals for. And a lot of crowd-pleasing olays here in Guatemala City. The hometown team is delighting the fans on a Saturday night. And another ball pings off the crossbar. That looked like Joshua Perez. Surprised he decided to trap the ball. And Guatemala just walking into the 6-yard box. And Grenada really struggling to clear the ball. Grenada center back on the ball right now took a pretty big shot to the face. I'm surprised they didn't stop. Make sure he's okay. There's a right-footed shot right into the arms of Keldon Francis. This is the machine that has been Guatemala all night long. They are just so fast and furious moving forward. They're finding the open space, constantly changing the point of attack. And that'll be a corner kick. The second of the second half. 6th in total, and it'll be Joshua Perez. Really, Perez has been everywhere tonight as well. Been very good up front for Guatemala. Nothing doing there. Anthony Martir heads that wide right. Goal kick. Free kick for Guatemala, a little talking to. Grenada, another substitute. 6 and 13 entering for Guatemala. Number 6 is David Mejia. And number 13, Angel Garcia. The 16-year-old plays for AFF Guatemala. And Mejia, the 16-year-old, plays for Comunicaciones FC. So that's 4 subs now for both teams. Offside flag up. You're wondering who your top goal scorers are. They all come from Costa Rica, as they had a 21-0 victory today over in Group D. Shocking, I know. Samuels, Barley, and Gonzalez each have 6 apiece. Gardner for the U.S. has 3 assists, but Samuels of Costa Rica leads with 6 assists. You can see all the results at Concacaf.com. Of all 33 teams, 8 groups. Here's some good news for Grenada. They lead in goal conversion at 50%. Costa Rica leading with 35 goals. My goodness. You know, sometimes you wonder about, you know, piling on, but, you know, goal differential matters. So, and if you want the other team to not score, you've got to stop them. That is Guatemala's head coach, William Cueto. And that is Jake Rennie for Grenada. Thank you for your service, gentlemen. Such a cool and unique opportunity for all of these young men to compete here at the Concacaf Under-17 qualifiers. These are the best of the best Under-17s from their countries, giving it all they got. As you look at our goal scoring summary, for Guatemala, 3 in the first half and 2 in the second half. And they all have been gorgeous goals, team goals. Maybe the prettiest is the 58th minute, a set piece from about 22 yards out. Beautiful left-footed bending ball into the upper 90 on the left side. Struck by Jorge Castellanos, the 16-year-old who plays for Woodstack Academy. Six corners to 1. Guatemala, just another statistic that they are leading in, including possession, shots on goal. They had 22 shots at halftime. And cramping perhaps, he was grabbing that back of his leg earlier, as Kogan Dowden Jr., the 15-year-old. The big guy plays for Long Island, and he is going to be subbed out. Number 13 checking in, Keston Bailey, the 17-year-old, plays for St. David's FC. Now 5 subs for Grenada, who still has a match to play against Antigua and Barbuda. Tomorrow, you can catch me in Group C action. Canada, not Group C, sorry, Group G. Canada, Jamaica, Aruba, and the Cayman Islands will face off tomorrow at 12 and 3. The real Sunday footy. There might be another football game tomorrow evening. Guatemala still looking. There's a right-footed shot, deflected. Another corner kick coming up, the third of the second half, 7 in total. Grenada still working hard defensively. And over there for Guatemala is number 6, Mejia, and number 11, Jorge de Leon, who scored to open the second half in the 47th minute. Right place, right time for de Leon. That's Arango. Good plan, creative plan there. Arango just didn't get there in time. And that's Caleb Sandy. He's played every minute of this match. Also cramping a little bit. It's the old, you know, not enough electrolytes, mineral salts, which is what causes your muscles to cramp, and it doesn't feel good. There's a look at the replay of Arango nearly getting there. A near post runner, a good option. And let's shout another sub, number 17. That's Jeffrey Gonzalez, the 16-year-old forward. Checks in for Taylor Santiago. He comes off. That's now 5 substitutes for Guatemala. So Jamaica plays tomorrow at noon. It takes on the Cayman Islands. And Canada at 3 o'clock takes on Aruba. Canada currently ranked number 3, and Jamaica just outside the top 10 at 11.
Damas y caballeros, atención por favor. Sustitución en la selección de Guatemala. Abandona con número 18, Taylor.
71st minute, that'll be a goal kick. So Mexico and Barbados tied with 6 points in Group A, in case you're wondering what's happening elsewhere. Panama and Nicaragua tied in Group B with 6 points each. Haiti and Guatemala here tied with 6 points if this result holds, which Guatemala will most likely win. Costa Rica and Puerto Rico tied with 6 points each in Group D. Here comes a cross. Wow, quite the collision, and goalkeeper is protected, and that's a foul on Guatemala. And that is quite the collision. The serve in by Castellanos. Hopefully, Keldon Francis is okay. It looked like number 13, Angel Garcia, collided with the goalkeeper there. Called for the foul. In Group A, the USA is tied with the Dominican Republic, 6 points each. In Group F, it's El Salvador and Cuba, each with 3 points. And in Group G, Jamaica and Canada tied with 3 points each. And in Group H, it's Guyana with 3 points, leading over Honduras and Bermuda. But Honduras has yet to play. Little trip around the standings, if you will, for the under-17s. Still a lot of action left to play. I know I'm calling a game on February 10th. So games will at least go through that day. And good to see Francis up and jogging. Looks like he's going to be all right. 74th minute. And the over the touchline flag went up. Throw in coming up for Guatemala. It's already in play. And great slide tackle by the goalkeeper as Paniel was charging in. Great play after taking such a big collision from the goalkeeper. There's a tripping foul on Guatemala. Free kick for Grenada. Well earned by number 10, Otis Jones. Plays for AFC Wimbledon, ball at his feet. He has played every minute in this one. That's kind of been the story. Guatemala just dispossessing Grenada, unable to get out of their own half, and then they just knock it around side to side and maintain possession. Great technical ability, good movement. And well shielded over the byline by Keon Charles. Goal kick. '76th minute, about 14 and change left in this one. Whatever stoppage time we have, as you look at your goal scoring summary for Guatemala, 3 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Guatemala got off to quick starts in both halves. The 4th minute and the 47th minute to start the second half. And a bit of a collision with Rupert there for Guatemala, but he's all right. It's a good look at number 8, Jimenez. Again, swarming defense by Guatemala. They just come at you until they get possession of the ball, and then they don't give it back up. Again, the first meeting between these two teams, Grenada and Guatemala. Seam pass has been effective tonight for Guatemala. The offside flag was up there. Another turnover. Guatemala sending 3 and 4 players where the ball is and dispossessing. And there's a nice save. Not enough pace on that. You know, you always think you're ready, and then you don't get the perfect strike on it. But Paniel with another great cross, and Jeffrey Gonzalez didn't quite catch all of it, and a save by Francis. Paniel with another cross. He has been effective on that right flank, constantly crossing in balls into danger. Orongo, Paniel, another cross, a diving header. Gotta love the effort. That is Angel Garcia. Dream about scoring the game-winning goal as a youngster. The diving header. In the World Cup. Oh, that's right, the World Cup is this summer. USA, Mexico, and Canada cannot wait. Football at the highest level. So fast. Could be a card, but I feel like Pablo Camacho is J. Rel Charles there with the shirt pull and the egregious foul. Once again, it is Jimenez and Jorge de Leon. There was a foul called on Guatemala, free kick. Referee did not like the ball placement. Need to be back farther. 82nd minute. Winding down here in Guatemala City. A dominant performance by La Azul y Blanco. Another foul on Grenada. Perhaps a little frustrated. Number 16, Caleb James, checked into the game a few minutes ago. Guatemala doing a nice job of staying wide. Heels on the touchline. And a right-footed shot, wide left. Good work to get himself into a position centrally is Jimenez, but just not accurate, not on target. That's the captain, Casimir Joseph Jones, number 20 for Grenada, wearing that captain's armband on his left bicep. Always an honor. It's Gonzalez. And does a nice job earning the fourth corner kick of this second half, Jeffrey Gonzalez. Eight corner kicks in total. Jorge de Leon alongside David Mejia. Easy save, nice header, headed down beautifully, but right in the arms of Keldon Francis. plays for Paradise FC International in his club ball. '85th minute, winding down. 5 minutes plus whatever stoppage time we'll have. We had 3 minutes in the first half. Oh, gorgeous ball. Seam pass beats everybody. And across right along the top of the 6. Nobody home, but Gonzalez on the far side picks it up, and then it's intercepted in the penalty area by Grenada. And here's a right-footed shot it's a half volley that goes over the bar. David Mejia. Great camera work. See where those drums are. Your goal summary. 5 different players for Guatemala. Head coach William Cueto must love that. Good punch by keeper Francis. Ethan Rupert all the way out just to punch that over the touchline. Grenada throw, and it's a foot race there for a minute. Keston Bailey still on it, number 13 for Grenada. And he'll get a yellow card for that. Book it, the 17-year-old. Our lead official, Pablo Camacho, had enough. Nice give and go in the middle of the park. Oh, that would have been such a dynamic goal. But the half volley by Paniel goes over the bar. Oh, what a gorgeous piece of football by Guatemala. Look at this beautiful deft chip right to Paniel, and I mean, the degree of difficulty on that is high, and you have to always applaud the take. And it was the right take. The first time touch, absolutely the right call. Again, Guatemala really does want at least one more goal. That will give them 8 goals for. Jamaica has 9 goals for, but they gave up a goal to Grenada. So their goal differential is 8. They would be absolutely even. But of course, they play each other in a couple days. Andoni Jimenez, Guatemala. All gas, no brakes. Slide tackles that one over the touchline. Guatemala in possession on the far side. Yeah, I agree. That is a little bit of a dive there. Excellent hustle by Aman Yusi. Called his name very much, number 3 for Grenada. Just 14 years of age is number 3. Yusi plays for New York Soccer Club. And he is still hustling. '90th minute. We'll find out how much stoppage time is here in Guatemala City. Can Guatemala get one more goal to tie Jamaica? They sure are trying, and there it is! Angel Garcia, 90+1. Guatemala 6, Grenada 0. He got his header, didn't he? Almost a diving header. Right place, right time, top of the 6. Count it. He wants to hear it from the crowd, and he is. Five additional minutes in this one. Another goal would put them one goal past Jamaica. Otis Jones, some fancy footwork, trying to find a way through. And another yellow card shown to Keon Charles in stoppage time. That is the third yellow card given to Grenada, and I have to agree with that. That was an easy card to give there. And corner kick, the 5th of this second half, 9th in total for Guatemala, as Grenada backheads that over the byline. And they're gonna go quick here. Quick restart on the corner. Halfway through stoppage time. And it does indeed look like Guatemala's pressing once more. Wow. And that was on goal. Francis had to make that save from number 5, Marcos Arango, with a blast from distance. 6 corner kick. 10 in total. Short corner. Here comes the cross. Not a great clearance by Caleb Sandy. And that, we'll say, a harmlessly over the bar goal kick. Just a good step by the defense there. Guatemala, they've just been one step ahead all game long. The Grenada player just waiting for the ball to come to them, and you've got to be moving towards the ball. Some good fundamentals by the team with the sash on their jersey. De Leon. Looks like he's having fun out there. Bit of a miscommunication from the defenders. Grenada. No harm though. Oh, lovely touch on that far side. It's number 9, Anthony Williams, working hard for Grenada in the 16 years of age, number 9 jersey. Just about 15 seconds left to go. Bit of an egregious shove from behind. It didn't want Aranjo getting off a shot there. And that sprint might have cost him. Keston Bailey already with a yellow card. Dangerous shove in the back there. He got up and went right back down. Bailey has just been running so hard. Looks like he's struggling a little bit. It's the magic spray. I love the magic spray. Yeah. Dehydration's no joke. Make sure you got all you need before match day comes. All right, back to live action. Long ball over the top. Still bouncing around. Oh! What a goal! Stoppage time scorcher! Guatemala 7! Grenada 0. My goodness. Now that was a highlight reel goal from guess who? Number 13, Angel Garcia. Look at him just waiting for it. Chest trap, half volley. Count it. That was worth the wait, wasn't it, folks? I mean, that is a stoppage time stunner. Indeed, que golazo. 90 plus 7, indeed, my goodness. And that is your final whistle. Guatemala 7, Grenada 0. What a finish. Your goal summary. 3 first half goals and 4 second half goals, 2 in stoppage time. Guatemala gets the 7 goals. The brace from Angel Garcia. Otherwise, there were 5 different goal scorers. What a performance from Guatemala at home in Guatemala City. Stay with us when we come back. Full-time match highlights. We'll show you all the goals. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to our full-time match highlights. What a night here in Guatemala City. The starting 11 photos, memorable evening for all involved. Afoot in Guatemala, they're in the whites, and they were dominant in the first half. First goal of the match, one touch right in the back of the net. That was the 4th minute dream start for Guatemala. And number 7, Matthias Micheo, he's in the right place, right time, does not miss. And that is a dream start, 4th minute. Nice save by Keldon Francis. And that foul is a penalty kick. And Patrick Arana misses the PK, but he will make up for it. Kind of goes off the right side of his foot. Easier said than done, right, folks? I mean, you step up and take that PK. Another nice save from Francis, but on the back post, you guessed it, Patrick Arana. He indeed does make up for the PK miss. Slots that one home. Instep, easy finish. Arana in the 24th minute, Guatemala leads 2-0. And look at this run. Beautiful one-touch finish 3 minutes later by Joshua Perez. Guatemala leads 3-0. And that's how that first half would end. Guatemala with a 3-0 lead. Afoot in the second half. Guatemala with the kick. Boy, after 22 shots in the first half, they did not stop. Quick start, 47th minute, just 2 minutes in. Jorge De Leon with a left-footed laser. And Guatemala leads 4-0 just 2 minutes into that second half. And oh my, set piece special. That was gorgeous in the 58th minute. Jorge Castellanos with a golazo set piece. And that rung off the crossbar. More shots, probably well into the mid-30s from Guatemala. They are at home, and boy, did they put on a show for the hometown team. And that was Angel Miller getting a header on it. And look at this deft touch. And Paniel almost gets that in. There's a header from Angel Garcia in stoppage time. But guess what? That wouldn't be his only one. 90+7. Keep your eyes focused on that half volley. A scintillating stoppage time scorcher from Angel Garcia. 90+7. That is the 7th goal, and that puts them up 1 on Jamaica in goal difference. That could be huge. Angel Garcia with a brace. Your full-time statistics, well, 41 shots. I was in the 30s. I was wrong. 41 shots from Guatemala, just 2 for Grenada. Corner kicks, 10 for Guatemala. And ball possession, 70-30. It was a victory for Guatemala. Let's take a look at the updated standings. And we talked about that goal differential. Well, look who's on top. Guatemala with that 9. They have not conceded yet. Haiti conceded 1 goal to Grenada. So that is why Guatemala sits at the top at home. Everybody happy. Please let me say thank you to my producers, Monique Thompson and Ryan Young. I'm Jamie Watson signing off from Guatemala City. Have a great night, everyone.